Hello, my name is Jendo, and today I'm going to show you how to build a 24 furnace array. It's quite a simple design really. Let me show you how it works. Pretty much all you can see is hoppers here, but it's the same general principle. Hoppers at the bottom take items that have been smelt. We have a row of hoppers on the side that provide the furnaces with fuel, and then we have rows of hoppers on the top that provide the ores that you input into the furnace. Now the clever thing about this design, there's no minecarts, and the way that we evenly distribute the items into the furnace is by using two rows of hoppers. This row takes things across, and then the row underneath is locked by this line of redstone here. And so what happens is, as your item comes into the first hopper, it tries to go down into the furnace, but it can't because that hopper's locked. So it moves along one, tries to go down, and it can't, moves along one. Each time it moves along one, another item fills its place. So gradually they work their way along the hopper line like this, and then once it reaches this hopper here, all we need to do is to release the locked hoppers for a tiny second, and the items will fall down into the furnaces, and then the new lot of items to be smelted start to work their way across again. The redstone is really simple here. What we want to do is to turn this line off once an item reaches this hopper. So we have a comparator, and once the item gets into this hopper, the comparator fires a signal that in turn goes through this inverter, which then turns off this repeater, and that turns off this line here. Now I've put a row of glow lamps along here, and if I put some items in the furnace, you can see what I was talking about. So we've got furnace output here, we've got fuel in there, and we've got an input here. So we put some cobblestone in, and I've got a mini item elevator there that takes it all the way up. Now as you can see, these glow lamps are starting to light up, and that's the items moving along those hoppers. And then once it reaches the last hopper, the locked hopper's unlocked just for a second, and the items fall down into the furnace, and the next lot of items move along. And as you can see there, it works quite well. There's a couple of drawbacks. One of them, as you can see here, this item has not been fed. Why, I don't know. There's a slight glitch every now and again. One of the furnaces won't accept an item. I think it's a hopper glitch, but you've got 24 furnaces, so it's not a big deal. The other drawback is, well, it uses a lot of hoppers, so you probably won't want to build this until you've already got yourself a iron golem farm, because it uses a lot of iron. But other than that, it's a pretty good design. And of course, the reason why it's 24 is the output of 24 furnaces is roughly equal to the same speed that the hoppers take items away. So if you had more than 24, then you'd probably start oversaturating the hoppers. Let me show you how to build this quickly. Let me just nip over here. Right, well, start with a chest, and then we'll place some hoppers. This will be where the items that have been smelted will be transferred to the chest. So next we're going to put furnaces on each one of these hoppers, like so. Now we need to do the fuel. So first of all, put a hopper in facing into each furnace. And then we need a row of hoppers pointing in this direction here. And that will feed the furnaces with fuel. So I'll Put some fuel in there. Now chances are you'll want to prime these furnaces to start with, because it takes a long time, and obviously because of this arrangement, the fuel goes into this hopper, fills that hopper up, fills that furnace up, and then works its way across. So it does take a lot of fuel to prime it. Okay, now we want to do the input. Right, we're going to do 1, 2, 3 furnaces, hoppers going up, like so. Now you can get away with less, but that means it forces you to put the redstone at the front, and it kind of looks a bit ugly. So we're going to go up and over the fuel lines instead. Uses more hoppers, but you get a nicer result at the end of it. So we've got 3 hoppers there, all pointing down into the furnace. And now we want to do a row of hoppers that point in this direction here. Like so. Now this is your input. So I'll grab another chest, and there we go. And then we've got fuel input. Right, now then, we want to lock these hoppers along here. So we'll do a line of solid blocks, like so. And now we've got to do the redstone. It's pretty simple. Okay. We want a comparator here. That way we can, when the items reach that hopper there, this comparator outputs a signal. We need to invert that, so we use a torch on the side like that. And then we're going to use a repeater firing like that. And put your redstone line across. And as you can see, that row of hoppers are all now locked. Right, I'm just going to go off camera and build this 24 long. I didn't want the video to get too repetitive, so I'll be back in 1 sec. Okay, I've extended it to 24. It's exactly the same process. You can make it as long as you like. Now, let me show you the last bit you need to do. As you can see, this redstone line runs out of power, and it goes about 15. And you need to be able to lock and unlock the hoppers down to the very end. So we need to amplify this signal. So if you just sort of go halfway, take out the redstone, put in a repeater, and as you can see, the whole line is lit now. Trouble is, a repeater doesn't do power sideways, so we need to get power into the hopper that's next to the repeater, and that's pretty simple to do. We should do a 2x2 platform, and then we take signal round like that and use a repeater to fire into that block, and that powers the hopper there. That's pretty much everything. I took the liberty of putting a line of redstone lamps there, and they're easy. All you need to do is put a row of comparators all the way along, and then a block on top, like so, and you can have the pretty flashy lights as well then. So that's pretty much it then. Let's test it out, shall we? There we go. You can see the lights as the items move along the chain of hoppers. And there we go, all the furnaces are working. That's pretty much it really. I mustn't forget to give credit to the guy that invented this system, and I think it was a chap called FrostyWolf. I put a link into his video, and I believe it was his idea originally, but I could be wrong. If I am, let me know in the comments, because I always like to give credit to the right people, but I think it was FrostyWolf, and check out his channel from the link in the comments. So that's it then, a 24 furnace array. As you can see, there's the stone that's been smelted from the original setup we did. Okay, well thanks for watching, and see you again soon guys. Bye.